People like to look at income from a narrow perspective. Lower class less than you make the middle class. However much your current salary is upper class, substantially more than you make. But having started at the bottom and crawling our way toward the top of the financial food chain has allowed us to deeply understand the different stages of income and wealth someone goes through. We created this based on the input from hundreds of multiple millionaires and billionaires that we've met and learned from in the past decade, as well as our very own personal experience. Here are productive millionaires and 10 levels of income levels explained. Welcome to Productive Millionaires, the place where our future billionaires come to get inspired. Level $0. You've got no income. You're either too young a student and you fully rely on a third party, usually your parents, for financial support. You're getting an allowance or some benefits from the state, but it's not very much. You've never paid a bill in your life and you've got no idea how people pay taxes. You do not generate income consistently. You might flip some things on the internet, try to learn about investments, and are consistently looking for ways to make money. Your mind is buzzing with ideas, especially since you keep hearing and seeing young people who are already rich flexing on the internet. This is frustrating because parents usually control you with money. Truthfully, you realize you're not evolved enough to live on your own and the time will eventually come. You ride the bus, walk places, and occasionally Uber. Your friends are also relying on their parents' money, so they relate. At this stage, you should read, learn, listen to podcasts, and educate yourself as much as possible. You've never paid a bill in your life and you've got no idea how people pay taxes. You do not generate income consistently. You might flip some things on the internet, try to learn about investments, and are consistently looking for ways to make money. Your mind is buzzing with ideas, especially since you keep hearing and seeing young people who are already rich flexing on the internet. This is frustrating because parents usually control you with money. Truthfully, you realize you're not evolved enough to live on your own and the time will eventually come. You ride the bus, walk places, and occasionally Uber. Your friends are also relying on their parents' money, so they relate. At this stage, you should read, learn, listen to podcasts, and educate yourself as much as possible. Your parents are happy for you, but they worry you're not doing anything illegal or compromising your studies. You either still live with your parents or have roommates in a shitty apartment, but you love it because it makes you feel independent. $50,000 is a lot of money for you. Level 2, $3,000 a month. I'm actually doing an income between $30 and $50K a year. At this point, you think you're king of the world. For the first time in your life, you have what you would consider a substantial amount of money on your hands. You realize you can do this for the rest of your life. You buy all the small things you wanted. You take your friends and family out. Maybe you throw some money at a sibling to help them. You rent a nicer place and spend your time looking at what kind of car you want. Or better said, what kind of car you can realistically afford to buy. Eventually, you buy yourself an older second-hand model, but with a nice interior. You fly low costs or economy. You're looking for deals and ways to maximize the return of every dollar you spend because your lifestyle isn't yet expensive. For the first time, you've got residual income at the end of the month in your account. For the first time, you're able to save some money. From personal experience, we can tell you the jump in happiness brought on by money will never be greater than the one you experience at this stage. Getting from $3,000 to $5,000 a month, it feels like things have clicked for you, that you've unlocked the secrets to the universe. You start making spreadsheets and begin giving your friends financial advice. Your friends are either envious or work for their parents. Almost everyone can reach a level 2 income if they are determined, which is why it makes up the majority of middle classers. You start feeling a lot of responsibility and you realize you no longer have the same amount of time that you used to. At this level, money is no longer increasing happiness the way it used to. Most research points to $100K a year as the cap between the happiness and income correlation. Basically, more money isn't going to make you happier from this point forward. You're officially in the top 10% of earners in the developed world. You're no longer renting. You're looking to buy. But property prices feel like they're exploding. You can afford a nice car, clothes, and an exotic holiday outside the country, once or twice a year. You make more than enough money to consider investing based on experience rule of thumb. One should not look at passive investments until they cross $100,000 a year in income. Why? Because you don't actually have enough to make a difference. But your cost of living is also going up. The nicer car, the nicer place, the new friends with the new hobbies, they're all putting a little bit of stress on your finances, but nothing you can't handle. Your partner mentions children and you start to realize that $100K per year isn't going to cut it, at least not the way that you want it to. For you, $1 million is a lot of money. Level 4. $30,000 to $50,000 a month. The life upgrade income. 300K to $500,000 per year. This is the first time in your life that you feel like you're actually rich. You earn substantially more than anyone else in your family. You feel super confident in your ability to generate income. If you can only keep this going for just a couple more years, not only will you be a millionaire, but you think you'll be set for life. You purchased and paid in full for what you consider to be an incredible home. Probably a really nice apartment that you have fully furnished. At this stage, most people choose to do one of two things. They either coast and play it safe or go for a big win where they risk most of your income and do something new with an even higher upside. The thinking here is that you are smart enough to work for the next 4 to 5 years, and if it plays out, you'll never have to work again. For the first time in your life, you realize $1 million is not really a lot of money. If you are under level 5 of income, you can dramatically accelerate your growth by bringing in a mentor that's 1 or 2 levels up to show you the way. The truth is, you could watch as many Elon Musk or Ray Dalio interviews as you want, but it isn't applicable to your particular situation as their reality is just so different from yours. And these mentors are almost always impossible to find or too expensive for you to be able to afford them. So we paid them on your behalf and made their advice and sessions affordable to everyone. And these mentors are almost always impossible to find or too expensive for you to be able to afford them. So we paid them on your behalf and made their advice and sessions affordable to everyone. Our mission at LAX is to help you get there as quickly as possible. And in order to do that, we need to get you rich first. Go to alox.com/app right now. Our app decreases the time it will take for you to get from one level of income to another based on expert advice from people who are 1 to 2 steps ahead. You'll realize the advice goes well beyond money in every aspect of your life. 6 months from now, your reality could look completely different. Go to a blog scam/app right now and go do something about it. Level 5 $100K to $250K a month. $1 million to $3 million a year. Well, congratulations, my friend. Once you cross $500,000 a year mark, you're now officially in the 1% of earners. According to the Economic Policy Institute, a more recent study by Smart points out that the national average of the top 1% of earners is $597,815. The drop has been mostly COVID-related, but with inflation going up like crazy, we expect these numbers to not hold on for much longer. You are either a partner in a business or the owner of an established business. You have multiple employees that earn between $45,000 to $100,000 a year. You've recently signed a couple of big clients. You no longer do the little things in your organization. You've got an assistant. Are grooming someone to take over for you in a couple of years or preparing to sell your company? You bought a house with enough bathrooms to make sure you never have to wait after anyone else again, and a dressing room big enough to store everything you've purchased. You have an extensive investment portfolio. You can afford to go on any kind of holiday you want. If only you had more time. But you're working on that. It literally never ends. So here's the most valuable lesson from this video. Money is a self-perpetuating game where you can only win by deciding that you've already won. Until then, you will only trade one rat race for another, where you simply are competing with a different kind of rat. If this resonated with you, write the word levels in the comments. That way we know who's ready to start climbing. If you need help getting there faster, get the app blocks there. It'll be the best investment you'll ever make. We guarantee it. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Alexa. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like and hit that bell icon to never miss an upload. And hey, don't forget to subscribe.